All right, here is our mailer take two. So we just opened Autocrat on, we just opened Autocrat on our add-ons, and we're going to do a new job. Takes a little bit for this to start, and we're going to call this our sample envelope. And we're going to go to next, and we have to choose what we want it to come from. So we're going to go to from Drive and find what we want to use. And let's see. Here we go. We found our envelope that we wanted to use. So it's finding the tags from that. So next, it automatically filled in. See how we had our little carrots and then the street address. It automatically filled in the ones that were the same. But right here, family name, that one was different. So now we have to go find where that was. And we didn't want this timestamp or the email address. We want this family name, and we added a lot more. So now it's going to line up from those rows. And then we're going to go to next and file name. And we're just going to have this be, it's just the form for a name it's going to call the file. Haven't quite figured out this one yet, so I'm just going to leave it because we didn't do tags for this, but you can just call it envelope. And then I did mine as multiple documents. And so it's going to make a multiple document. That way, as people send in their addresses, you can print them and not have to print the whole thing and figure out which page you're on. So I did multiple documents, and it's going to save each one of them as a different document. It actually worked out pretty good, and I'll just delete them later or save them for next year or whatever. Then where I had it save it. When I had it saved, I saved them in its own folder for this. So I went choose folder, and I had made a Christmas one. I'm going to put it in this Elisa Christmas because I'm kind of sampling this for her. So then I'm going to go next, and then I didn't do anything on that one. And then set merge condition, and I didn't worry about that one. And no, we're not going to send an email back to the people because they don't need an email saying, oh, by the way, I have that. And I said no on both of those. So now I'm going to save this. And we have this all set up, but we have to run it. So as soon as it's saved, I'll show you the run. It takes a little bit. All right. So now notice it still looks exactly the same. If I go back to add-ons and I go to Autocrat and go back to open, because this is how you'll do it every time you want to do a new one. It takes a little bit to open. It takes a little bit to make each line, but we only have one line here, so it will be super simple. And then when you hover over here, you'll see the play button. That's where we want to be able to make our envelope. If you have to go back in and change anything, then next to that you'll notice the pencil, and that's where you can edit. So now we're running a sample envelope, and notice it says 1 rows merging, and pretty soon right over here, it just filled in. So we'll get rid of this. When we come over here, we can go to this Google Doc, and here we have the awesome bunch. And for some reason, oh, this didn't work. So we need to go back into our other envelope, and it looks like I only did 1 caret. So that's where I need to go back and fix, and that's a super easy fix. So we'll just go back into our envelope, not that one. We'll go find our envelope. Right here, that's not it. Right here, we found our mistake. I only made one caret. So now we're still in that one. Here we go. And it is not going to fix the one that we already made, and I haven't figured out a way to make it remake that one. So that one, when we go into the envelope that we messed up on, because I didn't put the two things, we'll just have to fix that zip code. And I made up the zip code for that anyway. Then we can go ahead and print it. Printing, you're kind of on your own for making sure that everything works right on setting it up between your printer and your stuff. But I got you to this point right here. Now, if we were to have more people fill out this form, then more of these fields would populate. Once again, you'd go to add-ons and go to Autocrat, go to open, and run it again, and each of the fields would fill in over here. So we don't have to worry about that because we don't have more, but I just had 3 or 4 more people fill in their form, and I had all these full over here, except for I had blank spaces with the new people. So when I go to the Autocrat, it will just make new ones for the ones that are empty, and there you go. You have your envelopes. Pretty easy, pretty quick. So awesome. Thanks for coming by.